Here is another question on quantitative reasoning. I have three samples, and it is very important that whenever you are solving questions in quantitative reasoning, it's not ideal to work with one sample. It's best to work with either two, three, or more samples so you are sure of the formula that you're using. So, whenever I want to solve questions such like this, I love representing each of the variables with alphabet. So, I'm going to represent this to be A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, D. A, B, C, and D. And in the nature of the assessment, we could see that what we are solving for is either C or D. Like our focus should be on C and D. You can see from questions 1 to 10, our focus is mostly on either C or D. You can see the lower part are the ones we are to solve for. So our focus should be on C and D. So the next step is for you to think about how was this 2 derived at? How was this 6 derived at? How was 1 over 8 derived at? How was 3 over 8 derived at? So looking at it, the formula is going to be A times D equals to B times C. That is, when I multiply these two variables, the values, each of the values should be the same. They should be equal. Now let's put it into practice. The A is 2, that is 2 times my D is 3 over 8 equals to my B is 6 times, then the C is 1 over 8. So we have to reduce the numbers to its lowest term. We have the left hand side of the equation and the right hand side of the equation. So 2 here 1, 2 here is 4. So this on the left hand side I have 3 over 4 equals to 2 here 6 is 3, 2 here 8 is 4, that is 3 over 4. You can see they are the same. They are the same already. So using the second sample as well, that is A times D equals to B times C. My A is 12, that is 12 times 5 over 6. 12 times 5 over 6 equals to 8 times 1 over 1 over 4. So that will be 8 times, we need to convert that mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So that will be 1 times 4, that's 4. 4 plus 1, that's 5. 5 over 4. So we have to reduce each side of the equations to the lowest term. So 6 here 1, 6 here is 2, 2 times 5 is 10 equals to 4 here 1, 4 here is 2, 2 times 5 is 10. So they have the same equation. So the next step is to look for how to make C and D the subject of the formula. So whenever you're solving questions in quantitative reasoning, it's very important that you understand the concept of subject of the formula. So using this formula now, A times D equals to B times C. A times D is the same thing as AD equals to B times C, is the same thing as BC. Now, like I said earlier, the nature of the assessment is to look for the C and D. So we have to look for how to make C the subject of the formula and D the subject of the formula. So for us to make D the subject of the formula, so I have AD equals to BC. So what is the coefficient of D? That is, what is that value attached to D? It is A. So we have to divide both sides by A over A, so that is, by the time this A cancels this A, the D is left alone. So my D becomes BC divided by A. So this is the formula for D. Now let's put this into practice. Okay, using the sample now. Okay, let's take for instance, this D is not given. And how do we make D? How do we find D? Using this formula. BC times A. My B is 6. That will be 6 times. BC means B times C. So my B is 6 times. And my C is 1 over 8. 1 over 8. The over is, this over A is divided by. So I'm just going to put it this way. Divided by A. My A is 2. Let me put it this way. So we have to reduce this value to its lowest term. So that will be 6 here, 3. 2 here 3, 2 here is 4. So that will be 3 times 1 over 4. My division changes to time. That will be, so this is 2 over 1. So when my division changes to time, so we have to turn this fraction upside down because the division changed to time, to multiplication. That will be, instead of 2 over 1, it becomes 1 over 2. So we have to reduce this to its lowest end. So from the look of things, it can't be reduced to its lowest end. This is just its lowest end because 3 can go into 4 can go in 3. So we have to multiply them out. Multiply out the numerator and multiply out the denominators. So 3 times 1, that will be 3 divided by 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 3 over 8, which is the d. So that is how the d here was arrived at. So it means that this our formula here is correct. So to solve for c, using the formula which is AD equals to BC. What is the coefficient of C? That is, how do we make C the subject of the formula? So the coefficient of C is B. So we have to divide both sides by B so that when this B cancels B, C is left low, which is what we want. So my AD over B equals to C. So it's the same thing as C equals to AD divided by B. Now let us put this into practice. Let's test if this formula will work for the sample. So from the sample, okay, I've used this first sample to check for D. So let me use the second sample to check for C. Whichever samples you want to use is okay, as long as what you did is correct. So to find C, that is assuming this C is not given, how do you look for it? So this is the formula already. So my A is 12 times my D is 5 over 6, then divided by B, which is 8. So that will be 12 over 1 times 5 over 6. Division changes to times. Then this 8 over 1 changes to 1 over 8. Because whenever we have division, it should change to multiplication. And the next value is... So we have to reduce it to its lowest term. So 6 here 1, 6 and 12 is 2. 2 here 1, 2 and 8 is 4. So there is nothing that is divisible anymore. So you multiply out the numerators and the denominators. So in the numerators, I have 1 times 5 times 1, that is 5, over 1 times 4 is 4. So we have to change this to mixed fraction. This is an improper fraction. So how many 4 will I find in 5? That is 1. Remainder 1 over 4. So that is how let's see which is 1 over 4 was derived at. So you can also apply the same sample for the same formula to this next sample. So it simply means that our formula here is correct. So for your assessment here, I have some questions already. So this is question 1. C is missing. Question 2. C is missing. Question 3. C is missing. Question 4. D is missing. Question 5. D is missing. Question 6. D is missing. Question 7. D is missing. Question 8. D is missing. Question 9, D is missing. Now question 10, excuse me, question 8, D, C is missing. C is missing here, and C is missing here as well. So when you want to practice it, you can like try them on your own and send me DM. So check. So since it's see what you've done so far is right around. See you guys in my next video. Cheers. Thanks.